Hello everyone, Agion here with another actual Singularity Escalation replay. So on the south side, as the red PHC, we have Shimbalama. So on the north side, as the blue substrate, we have kinloq CZ. CZ, is that short for Chechnya? Let me look it up. Oh, CZ is short for the handgun CZ, which is Chet. I'm not going to pronounce that. Chetska Zobaza Europe. Why do I even try to pronounce stuff? I'm already horrible pronouncing stuff. Here we go. Something I need to do is as well as have my hard drive up to see how much space I have left, because these the current way I've recorded replays for Ash Singularity is very memory, not memory, but drive hard disk intensive. Memory's RAM, of course, but not exactly what I'm going for. Basically how I have it is it is heavy in storage space. Looks like the substrate player is expanding a bit more rapidly, not about the same rate than the PHC player. Maybe ever so slightly, I would say. You can see over here the income. The PHC player actually has more income at the moment. I do also have an initial scout up and flying around. Currently I have it fast forward because having it expand out is not super fascinating for most cases. This area is a little bit too entrenched for this one squad. I would assume this squad would actually not win out. Yep, it does get wiped out, no problem. Red is making advance over here. The scout does spot it. I'm going to go ahead and just put it back in times 2. No need for the times 4 right now. I would assume there's going to be some sort of retaliation over here, because it's quite a bit of units, a lot of units. Looks like these Reapers will manage to, or Scarabs actually, I should say. Scarabs, actually, wait. Oh, this is one of the newer units, is it not? I actually forgot about these guys. These Scarabs are starting to make their advance, does kill off the engineer, will prevent the construction of the Sentinel turret, but the Smarty turret is still alive, so you can go ahead and resume the production as soon as possible. Over here we have a single, looks like Sentinel turret being upgraded. Actually, the engineer looks like it was killed off, so it's going to be being downgraded to 0 health. The engineer, of course, will go ahead and continue producing it. Sentinel turret is actually unusual for initial building. I would assume it would have been a Smarty system, but we do got these guys over here. We got Zeus here to support this Sentinel turret, so that is very resilient over here, but can be overwhelmed. Looks like we do got Ed Avenger over here, who hasn't got his own movie just yet. Too bad that series franchise has gone way down in quality. It was good, but right now Hollywood's on fire. Apparently they're down 70% revenue from the COVID-19. The income, the PHC player is doing great with his income, having double the amount of radioactives, as well as a fair amount more of metals as well. So overall, the PHC player just sort of needs to lock down. He has perhaps go for the central Teridium, start having that count up in his favor. We got 2 squads of Scarabs right here. Both of them flat full health and shields. This force will capture that area, no problem. Do also have Apollo here, ready to take on the drones. But these Scarabs are starting to make their advance, and they're just way outgunned. Though a large number of medics here will even prevent any deaths? 0 deaths from those Scarabs. So those Scarabs were just thrown away. And we got a GG. That's my question. Oh, we got some artillery being rained on in, and it's the shredder turret. Maybe a bit of decent go here because it got the drones. Yep, that's just always a little bit decent. Here we go, we got the drones not coming on in. No, there is actually Apollo. No medics here to keep the Apollo alive, so eventually this Apollo will in fact go down. Over here we do got quite a sizable army. Looks like more and more shredder turrets are coming online. We do also have some destructor artillery coming on in as well. I do love seeing the artillery. Just make it, instead of rushing the entire army, keep the artillery in a separate army and just keep it back and start bombarding his opponent. I think it's misrouting of a move order, or it could just be a DC, get the replay file. Yeah, it just looks at DC, get the replay file, because I don't think that's actually going in. Or, nope, it's still alive. More and more artillery is raining on in. A large army here for the PHC player. A lot of scarabs, as well as now some drone hives coming on out. A couple scout craft. What technology do we have? We got orbital drone relay, a gateway, some quantum relay, an energy modulator. Over here, we do have a orbital fabricator, power regulator, and a large number of quantum relays being built. There was an assault over here, does clear out those turrets, and we'll go ahead and clear out these radioactives, no problem. And looks like we got some disruptor cannons being put on the front line. These things are very powerful. As well as there's even a regenerator as well. So both sides going a bit late, which could be great for a big engagement for us to watch. These Avengers are moving on in, but I think they're outgunned. Oh, it's actually a very close fight, but it looks like the Athenas will win out in the end. And we got a couple medics as well as reinforcements reinforcing that army. The PHC player still has a good income lead, though the radioactive's leveled out, just only a small radioactive lead, and he's actually not having store. Excuse me. And he's actually maxed out in storage and not utilizing it, which is a little bit an oversight. Perhaps maybe you can spend some quanta on the increased storage upgrade, because it's just a little bit wasteful in my opinion. Or you can spam out some frigates in some army, get some extra brutes or archers. Why not? Not archers. Yeah, brutes and archers. Perhaps maybe some Atlas. That point was captured. There is a heavy annihilator as well as a shredder turret. A destructor has been engaging as well as a starburst. Bit of everything. And looks like these turrets will get overwhelmed by these forces, but they will take a heavy toll. We got emergency serpentine turret. And these drones just barely wins out in the engagement. Just a Pyrrhic victory, but it's a good victory nonetheless, taking out those sentry guns. We also got a gunship as well as a fighter escort. We'll pick off some of those units. Ooh, looks like something impacted there. Sorry, I missed it. Must have been a orbital strike, maybe? And that central army's gone as well, so it must have been a big engagement I missed. Whoops. Just a huge amount of defenses here. 4 smarty systems, unupgraded. It looks like there may be artillery turret here, but it's unselectable. Some of these are unselectable. I never know if they're actually there or not. I don't recognize that structure. I actually just don't. What is that structure? Huh. Looks like gunships are coming on. The gunship is coming in for a strike. And we'll back out of there. There was a serpentine turret dropped. This base is still getting bombarded by these shredder turrets. And we got another assault by the PHC. Does incorporate some artillery. And there is still Tormentor here, as well as a shredder turret, but looks like this stuff will get cleaned on up. The Tormentors won't last very long. And it looks like Red is going to win this game at this current rate. He has a significant force, while his opponent doesn't have all too much. Don't see any Dreadnoughts being built. Regular assembler. Down here, yeah, look at that base structure. Has a huge number of refineries, maxing out its economy. And looks like getting some AA in the field as well. That may have been some sort of incursion or something right there. An engineer drop, probably. An avatar drop. Do have a drone bait being built right there. Unusual option, but does very well versus the frigates. Heavy artillery is starting to rain on in the Nova Tower. Also an engineer, perhaps he wants to put a defensive line up here. The high ground vision advantage will be quite significant. Scarab's going for an assault once again. Could clean up some of these constables. The Zeus here will become problematic. Does do great AoE damage. And we do also got the Saboteurs coming on in. Serpentine turret was dropped. It does resist the Saboteurs and does eventually kill it off. We do got a large number of fighters as well as gunships now in the air. Maulers will have trouble. The artillery is starting to rain on in. We see anything fancy over here? We do got some Dominators coming to contest the air, but that's about it. Quantum Jammers, but sort of a thing you want to do when you secure ground, not exactly when you're about ready to lose it. It looks like the substrate player will in fact lose this game, just on the backhand for quite a bit of it. So I have no idea what this ghost structure is. I can't select it. A lot of these structures are not being selectable, so I don't think these are actually up. We got a large gunship assault over here. Ground forces are making their advance. Not a whole lot here in defense for the substrate player. Do have a couple Sky Enders, or Sky Starburst and Sky Ender. But this is a whole lot of cruisers, and there's nothing really here to contest with them. And looks like we do have a GG and surrender. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.